In this video, we are going to discuss Aristotle's description, analysis, and suggestions to avoid revolutions. Aristotle, who was a disciple of Greek political philosopher Plato, explained in great detail the theory of revolution. It is his study, and we know it. Just to recall, it is his study of nearly 158 constitutions that helped him understand the implications of revolutions on a political system. It is his work, Politics, we know it, in which he discussed at length all about revolutions. Based on his study, Aristotle gave a scientific analysis and expert treatment to the subject of revolutions. He gave a very broad meaning to the term revolution, which meant two things to him. Firstly, it implies any major or minor change in the constitution, such as a change in monarchy or oligarchy and so on. Secondly, it implies a change in the ruling power, even though it did not lead to a change in the government or the constitution. He went on to say that a revolution could be either direct or indirect, thereby affecting a particular institution. According to Aristotle, there are two categories of revolution, or to say it in other words, the two categories of causes of revolutions are general and particular. So he is dividing causes of revolution into categories of general and particular causes. Now, what could be listed under the general causes of revolutions? According to him, generally revolutions take place when the political order fails to correspond to the distribution of property, and hence tensions arise in the class structure, which eventually leads to revolutions. So, here what is important? The most important arguments regarding revolutions in this general context of causes is the argument over justice, and these are the arguments which are at the heart of the revolution. Generally speaking, the cause of revolution is a desire on the part of those who are devoid of virtue and who are motivated by an urge to purchase property, which is in the name of their opponents. In other words, the cause of upheaval is inequality. Now, under general causes of revolution, Aristotle is listing certain general causes of revolutions that affect all types of governments and states. For example, the mental state or feelings of those who revolt, the motive which they desire to fulfill, the immediate source or occasion of revolutionary outburst. All these factors become collectively contributing for the immediate source or occasion of revolutionary outburst. Mental state is nothing but a desire for equality, and it is a state of disequilibrium. So if I want to be equal, then I'm in a particular state of mind where I feel that there is something called inequality. So according to him, The desire for equality is the source which causes a particular mental state, and it is a state of disequilibrium. According to Aristotle, there is another clear objective of those who rebel or revolt, and that is to gain honor. If somebody is seeking respect, then there will be revolt, or they will be a rebellious character. We want honor. That will be their aim and objective. So apart from these, Aristotle is providing some psychological as well as political causes that lead to revolutions. Now let's explore what are these psychological and political causes of revolution. But before doing that, let's take a look at what is profit and how it causes revolution, just for brief reference. Generally, profit means that the officers of the state try to make illicit gains at the expense of the individual or of the public. It puts the public to an undeserved loss and creates a mood of discontent. So, profit making activities by officers can cause discontent in the public. According to Aristotle, rebellions occur when men are dishonored, rightly or wrongly, and when they see others obtaining honors that they do not deserve. Someone is getting a particular rank, someone is getting promoted, someone is getting access to property. So when one is not a deserving candidate for a particular kind of honor, or if someone is demoted from a particular position, then rebellions occur. So, if like-minded people join the movement when the government fails to redress their grievances, rebellions occur at that point of time also. And likewise, rebellions occur when insolence or disrespect is displayed by the other members. Let's say someone is in a council of ministers, or someone is in a part of an advisory body through the council of ministers. Directly, indirectly, someone is a part of military establishment, someone is very closely associated to the rulers, and suddenly someone else comes and takes over political affairs, diplomatic affairs, advisory affairs. Then the person feels disrespected who was performing these duties. And if these new incumbents, the newcomers, display disrespect to the existing members, then there will be a sort of rebellious activity. So a revolutionary climate would be soon created, especially when the state officials become haughty, arrogant, and drunk with power, or pay no attention to the genuine problem of the people. This leads to a deep divide in the society, especially between the state and the people. Over a period of time, people's complaints against corrupt officials increase, which culminate into revolutions. The contempt is also due to inequalities. So there is another psychological factor, and that is called inequality, along with injustice, including lack of certain privileges and such other causes. Finally, according to Aristotle, revolutions are also the result of imbalances and the disproportionate increase in the power of the state that creates a gap between the constitution and the society. So if a transition is happening from monarchy to aristocracy to polity or tyranny, democracy, oligarchy that is also occurring because of disproportionate increase in the power of one element of the state, that is called the rulers. There is another factor called fear of punishment, purely a psychological factor. Fear of punishment for a wrong actually committed, or a fear of an expected wrong to be inflicted on the person who is afraid. That may be a minister who is afraid of punishment, getting punished for a wrong which he has actually not committed, but there is a fear of an expected wrong. One of the important psychological factors contributing towards the happening of a revolution or closely related to revolution is contempt. This contempt can be towards rules, laws, political and economic situations, social and economic order. Now, apart from these psychological factors, Aristotle is highlighting certain political factors, which include elections intrigues, carelessness, neglecting small changes, growth in reputation and power of some office, or even balance of parties leading to deadlock. Of course, apart from these, there is a factor called foreign influence. Because of all these factors, especially political factors, revolutions occur. So, what are the particular causes of revolution? These were the general causes of revolutions, which included psychological, political causes. Now, particular causes of revolution, Aristotle is highlighting in a particular system of rule. For example, in democracies, discontentment is bred by the demagogues, who attack the rich either individually or collectively and build hatred among the people, who become revengeful and violent, and this situation leads to conflict. So, for their selfish interest, they create hatred atmosphere in society, which leads to conflict in democracy. In oligarchies, revolutions, according to Aristotle, occur when masses experience an unpleasant treatment by the officials, which results in dissensions within the governing class. Personal disputes may further the flames of fire, and though imperceptible, changes in the class structure of society may invisibly alter the ethos. What happens in aristocracies? How revolutions take place in aristocracies? Why do revolutions happen in aristocracies? Aristotle has to say that revolutions in aristocracies occur when the circle of the rulers get narrowed down and become thinner and thinner. It is in fact the disequilibrium in the balance of the different elements or parts of the constitution that causes revolutions. When power is concentrated or consolidated within a very narrow circle of the rulers, then dissent will emerge, and ultimately that will cause revolutions. As far as the monarchies and tyrannies are concerned, revolutions are caused by, and Aristotle tells us, these revolutions are caused by insolence, resentment of insults, fears, contempt, desire for fame, influence of neighboring states, and of course, physical infirmities. So these are the general and particular causes of revolution according to Aristotle, which depends on a particular political context. In democracies, these are different causes. In aristocracies, there are different causes of revolution. Likewise, in polity, in monarchy, in tyranny, in oligarchy, there are different types of causes of revolution. These causes of revolutions may be minor changes or major changes.